Hey, Checkmates, quick one before we dive in. The Why Am I Still Single podcast is now on WhatsApp. Do you want to gist with me, get exclusive content, sneak peeks, or maybe even find love? Click the link in the show notes or send your WhatsApp number to edgar@checkedgar.com and join the family. Now, let's get into today's madness, shall we? Listeners note, warning, this show is loaded with gist so powerful, it might just push you into a relationship and straight down the aisle. If you're not ready to hear wedding bells and say yes, say yes, say yes, say yes, listen at your own risk. Edgar doesn't lie. Check Edgar out. It was prom night. The lights were soft. The hall decorated. The air smelled like meat pie and Vaseline mixed together. Don't ask me why. Everybody looked nice. Boys in tight suits, girls in beautiful gowns. Everybody was looking edible, even the teachers. Wait, isn't that Mr. Ogbu, our math teacher? Why is he looking so fine? This man doesn't look fine on a normal day. And where did he see this fine suit to borrow? Mrs. Agnes. This woman has been dancing since morning. Can somebody please tell her to go and sit down? Okay, back to the prom night. If I am honest, everyone looks amazing. It is giving what it is supposed to give. I am loving the place and the space. I am loving the energy. And most importantly, I am loving my date. The most beautiful girl in SS3E is my date. I can't believe this. Wait, it feels like a dream. Of all the boys in SS3, this girl chose me. Like me. My head is swelling like mad. This girl is just so fine. I can swear that every guy wanted her to be their date, but she chose me instead. Tobi chose me. Like, she asked me out. My head was swelling like a bar inside hot water. This girl is so fine. Her beauty alone looks like that of 6 people. Okay, back to the prom night. She walked in. Tobi walked in, and I swear, everybody paused. Even the DJ paused the music like, wait because I just respect myself. She wore this long red gown that hugged her body like an assignment on a Friday night, and had this beautiful hairstyle. I think it's fringe. It's fringe. You know that Nicki Minaj style, that fringe that covers your forehead like you are hiding your sins? Exactly. Yes, that one. She's a Nicki Minaj fan too, so it's fringe. I mean, it looks like fringe. Anyways, that's not even the point. The point is that she looks amazing, and she is my date. Back to the prom night. How did I look? Okay, let's be honest. I didn't exactly look like her spec. I wanted to wear a suit. I planned to wear a suit. But guess what? The hostel iron, God punish that iron, burnt my trouser. And then somebody stole my tie, my dad's tie. That tie has history. He wore it for his wedding, for his bank interview, for my primary school graduation. He even wore it during the housewarming, and now it's gone. I just pity the thief. That person has forgotten, hey, I am an Edo boy. Only Edo people laugh first and laugh last. Like Edo people, we can literally eat our cake and have it. My dad is going to remove the money from my pocket money. This thing is not funny now. Who took my tie? Edgar, calm down. Back to the prom night. Now, what did I wear? I had on this legendary black Ama Keep t-shirt, carrot jeans. You know that one that looks like they are running from your ankles? Exactly. I also had this spinning dollar belt buckle, 3 shining shambalas, black rosary, 1 original G-Shock wristwatch, red snapback, and the killer, Supra Vader LC sneakers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you know this, but back in 2012, that was the uniform of a rich kid. Oh, yes. The moment I entered the hall, people adjusted. They knew that I had arrived. DJ turned the music up. Mr. Ogbo held his wife. The other girls started whispering like witches during fasting and prayer. But let's just forget me, Jerry. Let's just forget me. Let's focus and go back to Tobi, my one and only prom queen of SS3E. Have I told you she was the finest girl in class? Oh, okay. Tobi walked up to me and held my hands. She looked inside my eyes and smiled. You know that smile that tells you someone is in love? Exactly. As she was talking, my heart was melting. My heart was doing bish, bish, bish. My heart started playing African Queen by Tubaba on repeat.
Edgar, I told my mom, if you don't take me to prom, I'm dropping out of school.
You're not serious, Tobi. By the way, your hair looks really nice. I walked her to the stage. It was beautiful. We were contestant number 4. After answering a few questions about Nigeria and my secondary school, I don't know what the judges saw. Maybe it was our physics or chemistry, because we didn't answer all the questions correctly. The director of schools picked us. He told the MC, Mr. Ojo, our agri teacher, to announce the results to the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you the prom king and queen. Drum roll, please. Edgar and Tobi.
Tobi looked up at me. I leaned in. I could smell her hair, baby oil and pure heaven.
Kiss me, Edgar.
What? Yeah? Do you want to die?
Yes, Edgar, yes. The moment is right, the mood is perfect. Damn the consequences. Kiss me.
And just as I was about to do it, Oga, you never pay me, me I go slap person, na the mad me. Wait, what? What's going on? What was that?
Ignore them, it's just the haters. Close your eyes and kiss me.
I closed my eyes, and suddenly, she's running, laughing. I chase after her like I'm in a romantic Nollywood music video. She grabs my hand and pulls me into a white limo. You know the type only Yahoo boys and governors use. Exactly. We cruise past Mr. Biggs, CMS, Tantalizer. Remember Tantalizer? That one near the roundabout. Yes, that one. We passed it in slow motion. Next thing, I open my eyes. Boom. I am in a compound. There's a bulldog barking like a bulldog. The dog looks like it just failed police recruitment. Then her dad walks in. Tall, quiet, very rich energy. He hands me 500,000 naira cash. Like I am signing a contract or something. You are the man now, Take care of her. Welcome to the family, my son. Now, fast forward. We're in church. A big Catholic church. By the way, I'm still wearing my keep shirt. But Tobi, she is in a full-blown wedding gown, looking like a Yoruba Disney princess. We walk down the aisle together. I'm trying to look serious, but I still have chewing gum in my mouth. Then the priest looks at me and says, "My son, remove the gum. This is holy matrimony, not gala like Sarah. Remove the gum." I quickly remove it and stick it behind my ear like a criminal. He raises his hands and declares, "You may now kiss the bride." And just when we were about to kiss again, I hear a crazy loud sound. Jesus. Wait. Don't tell me everything was a dream. So this whole prom was a dream. Wait. I am still inside this bus. How now? Why did I sleep inside this bus? No one sleeps on your way to Oshodi now. Oh God.
Oshodi, wow. You don't get change, no enter.
I reach into my pocket. Wait, this is Oshodi now. Where is my wallet? Okay, it's fine. What about my keys? Check. Wait. Where is my phone? Oh, where is my phone? My wallet still there, keys still there. Where is my phone now? I look around and everybody is acting innocent. Even the conductor doesn't seem to know what my tears are about. But the worst part, worse than the phone is that I just lost the number of the fine girl I met at the bus stop before getting on this bus some minutes ago. After all this sweet talk and the pickup lines, now my phone and that number are gone. She's gone. Everything gone forever. Oh, along with Tobi, along with the prom, along with my 64 gig memory card. Which kind of wahala is this one now? God, why? Why? Oh, sure, they will not kill me. Which kind of useless sleep was I sleeping? Oh, God.
Check.
This is a Check Edgar production. A Check Edgar production. This is for the single guys and the single ladies. Edgar doesn't lie. Why am I still single? Still single. Why am I still?
I want a wife and a family. This kind of life is not right for me. I told my guys how things can be. When I fall in love, I fall for real. I know you want me, don't waste my time. I want a girl that is set and fine. I'm going crazy, so please be mine. God, please, why?
Wait, we'll be right back after a quick break. Okay, now real quick. If you are loving the podcast, you will love the CheckMates WhatsApp community. We're talking behind the scenes gist, crazy dating stories, upcoming episode teasers, and a few surprise giveaways just for members. Now click the link in the story notes to join or send your WhatsApp number to edgar@checkedgar.com. Trust me, it's sweeter over there. Okay. Bye-bye. Okay, so let me just say this real quick. And I know some people will feel attacked, but I don't consider relationships in secondary school as real relationships. Like, I'm sorry, if your love story started with, he used to walk me to the school gate, or we used to share gala and lacasera behind the lab, that's not love. That's logistics. If there is one thing we can all agree is that we all did not have sense in secondary school. Yes, me and you, we did not have sense. Do you know the dumb things I did in secondary school? All in the name of love? Let me tell you 3. I once wrote an entire biology textbook for Bimbo with diagrams. Guys, diagrams. I drew everything with a biro, and you know how hard it is to draw perfectly with an eleganza biro. If you see my drawing of an amoeba, hey, I even added shadow. All Bimbo did was lick the top of my ear, and it turned me into a writing machine. That time, my hands were always vibrating on their own because of too much writing. Did she date me? No. She went to date one useless bully, Damilare, who stole provisions from GS1 boys. I once fasted for 7 days because Atinuke said she would only consider me if I were a spiritual boy. I wonder what I was even thinking. Atinuke. This girl used to twerk up and down and then sing praises on the assembly ground. You won't believe I joined her for prayers, stayed with her in the sick bay when she was ill, and even quoted scriptures I did not even understand. You guys know how hard it is to read King James version of the Bible out loud now. By day 4, I was already seeing angels. Did she date me? No. She ended up dating the same useless bully, Damilare, who stole provisions from GS2 boys. The worst of them all was Feishola. Fei made me cram Burna Boy's first album, word for word, because Fei said she was a Burna Boy fan. I did not read my book because of Burna Boy. I spent weeks reading the lyrics from that 100 Naira lyrics book they used to sell at that time. After cramming all the songs and the ones he featured in, did Fei date me? No. She ended up dating the same useless bully, Damilare, who stole provisions from GS3 boys. It got so bad that I started asking them from the beginning, do you see yourself dating Damilare? It was that bad. Damilare was something else. He didn't know how to read or pass exam. But you see women, Damilare had serious techniques at that time. I heard he's now a youth pastor somewhere in Ilorin. I just pity the ladies attending his church. Oh yes, I said it. I pity every lady attending his church. Anyways, back to the dating in secondary school. Now, I strongly believe it was pointless. Half of us didn't even have phones. We were writing letters like prisoners. Do you love me? Tick yes or no. And if they ticked maybe, hey, you'll be depressed for like 2 weeks. Now, to be honest, secondary school dating was really just vibes and lies. If you were a very good liar, you would stand a chance of dating any girl in secondary school. Damilare will be telling girls, if you just stay by my side, if you can just love me, I will one day take you to the moon. And the stupid girl too will blush, hoping that someone who struggles to pay his school fees will one day take her to the moon. Ah, God. Now, that brings me to the different girls in my secondary school. Back then, there were 2 categories of girls. Those in the boarding house and those who went home every day. But beyond that, there were 4 main types of girls, and each one had their powers to either upgrade your destiny or destroy your confidence permanently. The first type were the ficos, the brilliant students. Their books were their boyfriends. They didn't care about hairstyle or gossip. Pretty, by the way, but their standards were just too high. Most of them didn't date in school, and those that did it secretly. They were always in the front row with neat notes, 2 extra pens, and an answer for every question. Dating them was like applying for a scholarship. You had to write a proposal, attach your last term results, and just pray. Now, if they date you, just know that you have passed. Their love language that time is book, 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 book. Now, just in case they are listening, I am talking about Omolara, Bisola, Oyin, Darasimi Bamiloye. Yes, the daughter of Mike Bamiloye. She was also in my school and in my class. She was one of them. Now, the second type was the spiritual sisters. They prayed like it was a competitive sport. Always quoting scriptures, always wearing cardigans, even in the hot sun. You will see them during exam period, bashing and praying like God is the one that will set and mark their exam scripts. One of my guys, John, went to ask one of them out one time like that. He wrote it on paper. Will you be my girlfriend? The girl too replied on paper and wrote John 11:35. When we went back to check John 11:35, we saw Jesus wept. My guy started crying. But low-key, I later found out that most of them were the real bad girls in school. They were dating boys from the neighborhood school and calling it prayer partners. I am sure most of them are now attending Damilare's church. Now, the third type were the international students. My school was big for international students. Those that were born in Nigeria but came back from the US or UK with accents and swag. We called them the special students. They always had things that we never dreamt of having. They always had sneakers that hadn't even reached Nigeria yet. They were the ones that introduced us to words like gross, whatever, and ew. Even their cough sounded foreign. Dating them was quite difficult. Most of the ladies liked things bigger than them, like they liked our teachers. They saw us as small boys. Now, just in case they are listening, I am talking about Onyikon, Sarah, Phoebe, Mel, and finally, guys, Double M Amanda, the lady I talked about in the first episode. Now, by the way, I am not saying that these ladies liked our teachers, oh. I am saying that two ladies in their category liked our teachers openly. Not these exact ladies, so please don't put me in trouble. And finally, the fourth type was the dangerous ones. We called them the Black Widows. These ones had everything, the 4 Bs: brain, beauty, boldness, and bad intentions. They ran the school like a cartel. Class captain today, prom queen tomorrow. They could make you fall in love, fail mass, and fight your best friend all in one term. Their uniform were often short and revealing, and they chewed gum like it was medicine. Hot, bad girls, bad girls. When they passed by you, even teachers adjusted their belts. And yes, Tobi was one of them. As a matter of fact, Tobi was the gang leader of the Powerpuff Girls, the 3 baddest girls in school that year. Now, Tobi was Blossom, the beauty and the brains. Her friend, Jenny, was Bubbles, the playful one with the deadly dimples. And then there was Lara, Buttercup, small but mighty. If Lara asked you for biscuit and you said no, hey, just write an apology letter in advance. Now, Lara would make you sweat under AC on a very good day. Now, the interesting part about boys in secondary school was that most of us were broke, but quite hopeful. We all had a level playing ground, so romance was as cheap as 20 naira meat pie from the talk shop. We would hustle biscuits and Ribena just to impress. And now, by the way, Ribena was not an easy drink to find. Oh yes, you had to go all out to get Ribena that time in Ibadan. That time, to show you were serious, you had to do extreme things, like stealing their exam scripts if they needed to change an answer. But you see, no matter how hard you tried, the Powerpuff Girls had a way of reminding you
You're cute, but not cute enough.
it was hard, painfully hard, to date any of them, especially Tobi. And that's because Tobi was dating Michael. And Michael wasn't just anybody. Now, Michael was the finest and richest guy in school. You know that one guy who looked like he was created on his special day? That was Michael. His parents were so rich, they bribed the school into letting him keep his phone in boarding school. Let that sink in. Do you know how rich you have to be able to bribe a school? While the rest of us were hiding illegal chin-chin and struggling with torchlight batteries, Michael was casually texting during prep. Now, our school uniform back then required black shoe. Only Michael wore sneakers. And not just any kind of sneakers. Nike, Jordan, and sometimes even Timberland boots, like he was in a rap video. And the guy wasn't just rich, he was now brilliant on top. So brilliant that the school begged him to run for head boy. And of course, he won. His father donated 200 fans to the school that term. 200. What were we going to compete with? Pure water? Worst part, we all liked to be with Tobi. But no one could even dream of dating her. Not me, not even Damilare, the useless bully who stole provision from SS1 boys. Tobi was untouchable. Royalty. So how did I do it? What made Tobi The queen of our school, leave Michael, the richest and finest guy in class, for me. Me that looks like a girl with my big uniform. Me that got publicly disgraced because I wrote a love letter to Double M Amanda. Was it love? A miracle? Or was it something else? Let's find out right after the short promo. Don't go anywhere. Edgar doesn't lie, we'll be right back. Okay, now real quick. If you are loving the podcast, you will love the CheckMates WhatsApp community. We're talking behind the scenes gist, crazy dating stories, upcoming episode teasers, and a few surprise giveaways just for members. Now click the link in the story notes to join or send your WhatsApp number to edgar@checkedgar.com. Trust me, it's sweeter over there. Okay. Bye-bye. All right. Welcome back to Why Am I Still Single podcast. If you're just joining us, you are listening to my true life experience about my prom dates in secondary school and why I am still single today. Now, before I talk about what happened to Tobi and Michael, let me tell you how we celebrated prom in my secondary school back then. Now, first of all, it is nothing like you see in Hollywood movies. Nobody rented a limo, nobody came in tuxedos. In fact, the closest thing to a tux was your uncle's wedding suit that didn't fit. The guys dyed their hair. The ladies had long heels, so most of the ladies looked taller than the guys on that day. Now, our prom was basically Valentine's Day with extra chairs, or let's just say Valentine's Pro Max. They would decorate the hall with balloons, flowers, and red curtains like it were a shrine for love. DJ Laptop. We had one powerful DJ that year. DJ Laptop. DJ Laptop would be blasting Westlife and Style Plus like his life depended on it. And then there was Mr. Ojo, the MC, cracking his dry, dead jokes nobody really wanted to hear but had to pretend to laugh at. Now, of course, small chops and popcorn with ice cream were mandatory. Meat pies and donuts didn't miss the party either. But this particular year, I heard Michael's father promised to donate one whole cow and a mountain of jollof rice. Hey, that was big news. Even crazier, the prom king and queen were going home with 100,000 naira each. Now, 100,000 naira might not seem like much today, but back in 2012-2013, that was serious money. Like, guys, hey, it could buy you a Benz, a duplex, or 3 iPads. All right, I'm just joking. But it felt like it could. I'm serious. Because of all the hype, everyone was taking the prom very seriously. And that made finding the right date, well, a lot more complicated. Now, picking a date wasn't the easiest thing. We had 5 unspoken rules. 1, you do not ask a girl to be your date if she's already dating another guy. 2, you can't just pick any girl. She has to be at least in your class or someone you see every day. 3, you never ask a girl in front of her friends. That is asking for trouble. Either you ask her in private or you send a card. 4, if you get rejected, you never show it. Do not even speak about it. Pride is everything. And if you cry, no girl is ever taking you to prom. And 5, you must register her name with the school secretary as your official prom date. No date, no entry, just to avoid wahala. You needed to see how the SS3 boys were in their best behavior, just so that girls could accept to be their partners. Now, some groups of girls had it super easy. The ficos accepted guys who were equally brilliant or quiet in class. The spiritual sisters picked the spiritual brothers who prayed twice as hard and fast as everyone else. The international students, well, they mostly went for anyone who spoke English better than the rest of us. Bonus points if they had connection abroad. But then, there were the dangerous ones. The ones who didn't care about grades or prayers or accent. They wanted style, status, and the kind of attention that made everyone in school nervous. And that's where the real competition started. Sadly, if you were ugly and broke in my school back then, you had two options. It's either you don't come to prom or you look for a partner in SS1 or SS2. So, how did I end up as Tobi's date? Well, here's the thing. Tobi wasn't originally my date. My original plan was to go with Double M Amanda. But Chris beat me to it and asked her out first. I didn't want to look desperate, so I moved on. Then I tried Faye, but Faye said she already promised to go with Kazim. Fine, next up, Yetunde. Yetunde gave me one of the most confusing responses ever. She said, I would go with you if Damilare doesn't have a date. Yes, the same Damilare, the useless bully who used to steal provisions from SS2 boys and blamed it on school rats. So I went to ask Damilare if he had a date. And of course, he said yes, with his full mouth of cabin biscuits that is not his own. At that point, I almost gave up. I started asking myself hard questions. Wait, is it that I am ugly? Or is it that I am broke? Or both of them? And just when I was at my lowest, Tobi walked up to me, looking like the cover of his school magazine, and asked me to be her prom date. Hey, I was just laughing. I actually thought it was a prank until she held my hand, marched me to the school secretary's office, and told her to write our name down as partners. Now, at that point, I knew something strange was going on. But it didn't stop there. Tobi started telling me about how she had feelings for me for a long time, that she always noticed me in class, that she liked my jokes, my handwriting, even my stubbornness during morning assembly. She said I was different, that she wanted to be in my circle. Bro, I was finished. I just opened my mouth like, how now? From where to where? She said she liked the way I didn't follow the crowd, the way I talked, the way I walked, and how I looked at her. She said she admired my attitude, that I wasn't always trying to prove anything to anyone, that I made people laugh without even trying, that even when I wasn't saying anything, I had this mysterious calm about me. I told her it was not anything mysterious, that it was hunger. But she said no, it was my charm, it was calm. I won't lie to you guys, I started catching feelings fast. Tobi, almighty Tobi. Do you know what it means to my record if I ever dated Tobi? I would automatically become the biggest guy in school. You know how it is when someone you have admired from afar suddenly starts giving you attention. The way Tobi would sit close to me during prep, bring me snacks from a hostel, call my name out loud during roll call.
Edgar?
Like we were already dating. Very soon her friends,
I'll only go with
the
you
two other Powerpuff Girls, started
Damilare doesn't have
hyping
a
our
date.
relationship. They would say things like,
You guys are so cute together.
or
Tobi, Edgar is your calm in the storm.
Lara even said,
This must be what destiny looks like. I go love, oh.
and just like that, the school started pairing our names together. Some people called us Tobga. Others went with Edby. To be honest, I did not even care. I was in love. Real love. Or at least what felt like it. I started planning our outfit in my head, imagining us dancing to Style Plus. I even wrote a speech in case we won Prom King and Queen. But not everyone was happy. I became public enemy 001. The other guys in class started looking at me funny. One guy said, I don't want to mention his name. One guy said, so now this one, they run things now, Abby. Another one said, leave am. She go use am, dump am. But the loudest silence came from one person. Michael. Michael wasn't just jealous. He was angry. You could see it in his walk. You could feel it in the air. For the first time in school history, Michael, the finest, richest, smartest guy in class, had been replaced by me. Now, the day before prom was like preparing for war and a wedding at the same time. Everybody was tense. Girls were rushing to straightening their borrowed wigs. Boys were secretly testing colognes they stole from their uncles. Even Mr. Ojo, the MC, was rehearsing his dry jokes in the staff room. And of course, Damilare, the useless boy who stole provisions from SS3 boys, was looking for clothes to steal. But me, I was in my room trying to iron a white shirt that had already turned off-white. My biggest problem wasn't the outfit. It was my emotions. Tobi was acting weird around me. She wanted the whole school to see that she loved me, and I don't know why. Tobi will hug me tightly and blow me a kiss every now and then. The entire week, she was like my girlfriend. We will talk during breaks, laugh during prep, and sometimes just sit down in silence like we were in a romantic Nollywood film. I started thinking, what if this isn't just prom? What if this is the beginning of something real? But there was a problem. Michael. You see, even though Tobi had registered me as her official prom date, Michael had not said anything. No noise, no fights, no drama. And that scared me the most because Michael was the type of guy who didn't talk. He moved. Michael was a green snake under the green grass. When he attacks, you wouldn't see it coming, and nobody will defend you because it is Michael. So while I was smiling and daydreaming about prom night, something in my spirit was telling me, Edgar, hope you are ready for tomorrow. Now, on the day of the prom, I saw Michael and Tobi arguing outside the class. I just behaved like I didn't see them. Apparently, it was my friend Ridwan who told me the full gist. So Michael was cheating on Tobi with another girl called Stephanie. The worst part was that Michael bought the same gifts for them and saved Stephanie's number as my angel on his phone. I don't know how Tobi found out, but she was so upset because Stephanie wasn't as fine as Tobi. Now Stephanie is shorter, darker, and she's SS1. The only thing Stephanie had over Tobi was her assets. So Tobi broke up with Michael and chose me. You see, at the end of the day, true love wins. It was time for the prom night. The school hall had never looked so beautiful. Red curtains, balloons everywhere. The DJ laptop was blasting Star Plus. Imagine that. And Wandiko's bumper to bumper, bumper to bumper. People were screaming, dancing, and snapping pictures with their 2-megapixel cameras. It felt like heaven, the Nigerian version at least. I wore my best black trouser, white shirt, and a tie that was given to me by my father. The tie had seen better days, but I didn't care because I was standing beside Tobi, and Tobi looked like a dream. She wore this red gown that hugged her body like sin. Her makeup was glowing, her smile deadly. And as we walked into the hall together, it was like slow-mo scene in a teenage love movie. People stared at us. Her friends screamed. Even teachers were like, wow, Tobi came with Edgar. Guys, I was floating. We danced, we laughed, we took silly pictures. She held my hand, she leaned on me. She even gave me her meat pie. Guys, Tobi gave me her meat pie. I swear, I was ready to marry her that night. Everything was perfect. Everything was making sense. Until Michael walked in. Michael didn't have a date. He came alone. But my God, if you see the way his suit was shining, Jesus Christ. Even the DJ paused. I'm serious. DJ Laptop just paused the track like the second coming had just happened. Everybody, including the guys, turned to stare, mouths opened. His shoes had light. His suit had light. He wore this tiny black bow tie, a classical hat, tilted like he was in Peaky Blinders. And then his wristwatch was glowing with colors like Ben 10. Kai! Michael was glowing. Michael was looking just too fine. Now the worst part was that this madman Michael was even spraying money, 50 naira notes, mint, as he entered the hall with the fake cigar in his mouth. Michael came to oppress the oppressors. Now, to be honest, I didn't care. I was with Tobi, but Tobi wasn't herself. Tobi was sinking. Tobi couldn't take her eyes off him. She was sitting beside me, but her attention had already left. I tried to get her attention, but she kept looking at Michael. Next thing, Michael walked straight to us. No hi, no hello. He just looked at her and said, "Tobi, can we talk outside?" She stood up, no questions, no explanations, and just followed him outside. I just sat there like a hired usher. She did not even say, "I am coming, or keep my seat for me, or I'll be right back." She just left like I wasn't there. 30 minutes turned into an hour. I was wondering, where is this girl now? Where is my date? So I went out to look for her, only to see them sitting under a tree with Tobi wiping her eyes. I thought maybe they fought. Maybe he shouted at her. Something just told me to defend my girl. "Edgar, defend your dates." So I had to do something. I told Michael I wanted to talk to my babe for a minute. Michael just laughed and looked at Tobi. The way they laughed together, you would think that they rehearsed it. Tobi got up and asked,
Who is your babe?
I was confused. She said,
I only chose you because I wanted to make him jealous.
I was like,
You know that I can never like someone like you. You're not my type of class.
That was when I realized that you can be in the same class with someone and not be in the same class at the same time. I thought it was a joke. I told her to stop playing and follow me upstairs right now. After all, we both agreed to be partners for the prom. The next thing she said was, I am not going anywhere. Do your worst, broke boy. Hey, I was so upset at my father. I wished I had money. I wanted to cry, but I was so broke I could not even afford tears. Instead, I just laughed and said, no problem, no problem. I am going upstairs. I turned and went back to the hall. When they came into the hall, they went straight to the dance floor and started dancing like they were the only ones in that hall. Like I was invincible. I wasn't going to cry. I swear I wasn't going to cry. It was that useless Damilare, the same useless bully Damilare that stole provision from boys in my school that made me cry. He said, hey, she used you and dumped you. Sorry, You see that sorry, That sorry, made water rush out from my eyes. I had to run out of the hall and wash my face. When I got back, I heard that Kazim and Feyi won the Prom King and Queen. Michael won Best Entrance, a category they just created on the spot. And Tobi won Best Dressed. I didn't win anything. The popcorn in front of me now tasted like betrayal. Then just when I thought the night couldn't get any worse, somebody tapped me. I turned. It was Mary. Yes, Sister Mary, the leader of the spiritual sisters, who didn't even listen to secular music. Mary tapped me and started smiling like a mosquito. Edgar, would you like to dance with me? Let us glorify God together. Mary was nothing like Tobi. Her gown was long and she was wearing slippers, like she wore slippers to prom. She didn't even use makeup or reveal anything. She wasn't the ideal date I had in mind. She stretched her hand, and I had no choice. I stood up, took her hand, and we walked to the other side of the dance floor, far from the betrayal, far from Michael, far from Tobi. And we danced, not because I was in love, but because at that moment, I remembered that I still mattered. Maybe I wasn't rich, wasn't glowing, didn't have the Ben 10 wristwatch, but I had a good heart. And somehow, someone saw it. And to me, that was enough. As Mary and I swayed quietly to X Project's Lorile playing in the background, I looked around the hall one last time. Tobi was still dancing with Michael. Her eyes locked on him like I never existed. But I didn't care anymore. That night taught me something I would never forget. Love is not always about feelings. Sometimes it is about packaging. Michael didn't need to say much. His suit said it for him. His shoes lit up her heart. His wristwatch changed her mind. His whole branding rewrote our love story in one night. I knew, oh yes, I knew that money is not everything, but without it, your voice will be on mute. You will speak, but nobody will hear you. That night marked the beginning of my branding journey. From haircuts to how I walk, from my cologne to my confidence. I understood early that the world doesn't always fall in love with who you are. Sometimes, it falls for who you look like. So whenever I think back to those secondary school days, the heartbreak, the betrayal, the insult under the tree, and the holy rescue from Sister Mary, I just smile and remind myself that in life, you are either a Michael or a Damilare. And I choose to be a Michael every single day. So why am I still single? Because Tobi chose a king for the night over a man for the future. And I don't blame her, but I still remember. And I don't know what Michael is doing with his life right now, but I know that I am better than what I used to be, stronger, wiser, and ready for the right queen who will choose me forever. Edgar doesn't lie. Check Edgar out. And that's the end of this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and share the podcast with those who are single, dating, or married. Rate the podcast and drop a comment. And yes, you can donate to support the podcast. $3 will go a long way. If you have a story to share, please send it to me through my email address, edgar@checkedgar.com, or join the WhatsApp channel using the link in the description. Or for a quicker response, chat with me in the chat box or on my website, www.checkedgar.com. I will respond in 3 hours. I promise. Edgar doesn't lie. Now remember, the podcast ends the day I get married. So don't forget to tell your beautiful friends that Edgar is single and he would love to go on a date with her. Now, if that lady is you, please send a message to my email address at edgar@checkedgar.com. Edgar doesn't lie. Check Edgar out. See you guys next week. Thank you for listening, my people. If you had fun, don't keep it to yourself. Join the CheckMates WhatsApp community. It is where we vibe, laugh, and maybe cry small. But most importantly, we connect. Click the link in the show notes or email your number to edgar@checkedgar.com to join us. Until next week, remember, Edgar doesn't lie.